Dear students, we were discussing about the interaction of heavy charged particles with matter. And today let us discuss in detail about the energy laws in thin absorbers. When charged particles penetrate thin absorbers, the energy deposited within the absorber is calculated as delta E equals minus dE by dx average into T. Here, T is the absorber thickness and minus dE by dx average is the linear stopping power averaged over the energy of the particle while it is in the absorber. When the energy loss is small, this stopping power does not change much. The graphs for such materials were discussed in our previous classes. The specific energy loss calculated for different charged particles in silicon is given in the first plot, and the specific energy loss calculated for alpha particles in different materials is given in the second plot. So when the energy loss is not small through certain absorber thickness, then minus d by dx average or the linear stopping power can be obtained using the range energy data. For that we consider a graph of this particular form. Here in this graph the range is taken along the y-axis and energy is plotted along the x-axis. Here R1 represents the full range of the incident particle with energy E0. It is considered a graph of this particular form. This is a graph drawn with range along y-axis and energy along x-axis. Here R1 represents the full range of the incident particles with energy E0 in the absorber material. Then from this particular value of R1 subtract T, that is a thickness, absorber thickness. So subtract the physical thickness T from R1. So it gives a new range or a new value R2. This R2 represents the range of those alpha particles that emerge from the opposite side of the absorber. So here R2 gives the range of those alpha particles that emerge from the opposite surface of the absorber. Then it meets the curve at a particular point and find the energy corresponding to this particular value. It gives the energy as ET. So the energy ET is the energy of the transmitted a charged particle. Therefore, the energy deposited can be calculated as delta E, which is E0 minus ET. So, the deposited energy delta E is E0 minus ET. In this procedure, it is assumed that the charged particle tracks are perfectly linear in the absorber. But in situations where the particles are significantly deflected, this method cannot be applied. For example, in the case of a fast electron. So in the case of fast electrons, these situations or this particular method cannot be applied. So here, for such cases, the combined effects of particle range and the decrease in dE by dx with increasing energy are shown in this particular figure. So here in this figure, the energy loss of protons in a thin detector is plotted versus the incident proton energy. For low energies, the proton range is less than the detector thickness. The energy deposited in the detector increases linearly as the energy of the proton is increased. So here from this graph, as the energy of the proton increases, the deposited energy in the detector also increases. At a proton energy of about 425 keV, the range is exactly equal to the detector thickness. So at this particular energy, proton energy, that is 425, nearly equal to 425 keV, the range is exactly equal to the detector thickness. And for higher energies, only a portion of the incident energy is deposited and the remaining energy is carried by the transmitted proton. And the energy deposited in the detector is given as a product of the detector thickness and the average linear stopping power. And from this graph it is clear that the stopping power continuously decreases with increase in energy. The deposited energy therefore decreases with further increase in the incident proton energy. That's all. Thank you.